treatise Sri Sri Ramakrishna Kathamrita 1.12.5 on the 12th chapter of the first volume of the original Bengali version, Sri Sri Ramakrishna Kathamrita. And in the Hindi translation, Sri Ramakrishna Bachanamrit, it comes in the second volume, 299.5, and in the English translation, it comes in chapter 32 of the chronologically presented the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Now, this discussion is extremely relevant and pointed to householder devotees. Sri Ramakrishna is devotees of mainly two sections. Those who were young spiritual aspirants trying to embrace monastic life, Tyagi Santan. And the majority of the devotees were not Bhogi Sansthan, they were householders, samsari. एक है samsari, दूसरा है सन्यासी, और सन्यासी होने वाले हैं. तो दो किस्म था. Now this section is mainly pointed to householder devotees alone. That's why इस संसारियों के लिए ये अंश अत्यंत महत्वपूर्ण है. Is pointed to them only. And the congregation was Brahmo devotees. So first, let us recapitulate what we discussed in our last couple of classes. The first question was asked that is it necessary to renounce the world? Because the only way to realize God. Now this discussion obviously is meant for those who want to realize God. जो ईश्वर लाभ करने चाहते हैं, परमात्मा को दर्शन करने चाहते हैं, इन्हीं के लिए बात बताया जा रहा है. Now obviously we all want to realize God. Some of us are sannyasis, some of us are householders. But for both, there is only one way, and that is Tyaga. There are no two different standards for these people. First of all, let us resolve this point very clearly. त्यागे नहीं के अमृतत्व मानशु. कुछ छूट नहीं है, समस्याओं के लिए कुछ छूट नहीं है, एक ही रास्ता है, त्याग. इसीलिए बताया त्यागे नहीं के, त्यागे न एके ना, by renunciation alone is not said by renunciation. Let us not think in the samsari, in the life of householders, they may have both renunciation and pleasure. By renunciation alone, the immortality is attained, irrespective of wherever you are. That is law. Law should be universal for all. Law cannot be biased for one section and different from others. The spiritual law. So if that be so, obviously it becomes almost infeasible to follow the path of renunciation, strict renunciation in the life of householder. So naturally the question comes that those who are in the householder's life, should they have to renounce the household in order to realize God? Sri Ramakrishna's point-blank answer is no. Now we have to understand it is necessary to renounce, but what to renounce? ये समझने की बात है. क्या त्याग करना चाहिए? We don't have to renounce our body. We don't have to commit a suicide. We don't have to renounce our kith and kin. The renunciation is pertaining to attachment. त्याग के मतलब है अनासक्ति, samsara asakti. There is no harm in living in the world. But the worldliness should not pollute our mind. जिसे कहा जाता है नाव पानी में ही रहती है, boat remains in water, but water should not enter into a boat. We may remain in the world, but our mind should not be tainted with worldliness. Worldliness means attachment to the world outside. Now, so this is the first point Sri Ramakrishna clarifies. It is not necessary to give up our hearth and home, our kith and kin, our duties of the worldly activities. Giving up the worldly activities, hearth and home, is not spirituality. Spirituality is, क्योंकि ये आध्यात्मिकता कोई दिखावटी का चीज़ नहीं है. It's not that we brag. Look, I have renounced the world. I am now living in Rishikesh and begging my alms. That has nothing to do with spirituality. The question is how much you have been able to keep your mind detached from the world. Changing location will not guarantee anything. You may go wherever you like, but the mind will follow you, the same mind. So now the next question is, the living in the world, what is the technique to make our mind unattached? Because it is a vulnerable position. There are so many attractions. It's very easy to say that keep your mind detached, but our sense organs are automatically directed to sense objects. हमारे इंद्रियां सर्वथा विषय अभिमुखी है. It's directed. So there is a natural attraction of the world for our sense organs. चक्षु कर्ण नासिका जीवा तक हर वक्त विषय के प्रति धावमान है. So how to control? Sri Ramakrishna says, though it is possible to realize God in the world, but initially the mind must be made mature to withstand the shocks of attraction. That is necessary, that is important. We forget that. Rider, शमशान में हो सकता है, लेकिन मन को पक्का करना जरूरी है. Now how the mind can be made mature? He says, you have to remain in solitude for some time. एकांत वास का जरूरत है. If we constantly remain in the world all the time, then it becomes difficult. Now, एकांतवास का मतलब ये नहीं है आप सब छोड़ के चले जाइए. बीच बीच में periodically we should take some time off, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, whatever is possible, and during that period we must pray intensely. We must utilize that time. So we are following the instructions partly, not in whole. That's why we are not able to get the desired effect. Now all of us take some time off. We take earned leave, privilege leave, casual leave. It's not that we are not taking leave. We are taking some time off from our busy schedule. So the first instruction is followed. That's you must retire from your busy schedule for some time. That we do. But that vacation is used not for our spiritual practice, but to make the mind more restless. That is the tragedy of life. We are taking some time off from our busy schedule. Everyone. No one works 365 days a year. They do take some time off, some time or other, but that time should be utilized for God orientation, intense prayer. So he says that samsar पानी का जैसा है और मन दूध का जैसा है. Samsara is like water, man is like milk. If you pour milk in water, it becomes a homogeneous mixture. दूध पानी में डालिए बराबर हो जाएगा. You cannot differentiate. दूध पानी अलग नहीं कर पाएंगे. So that's why when we are in the world, without conditioning the mind earlier, the mind becomes worldly. And that worldly mind is not fit to realize God. Samsara is not responsible. We are responsible because we do not follow the technique. तो टेक्निक क्या बताया? पहले दूध को जमाकर दही बनाओ और दही को मंथन करो, उसमें मक्खन बनाओ और मक्खन पानी में रख दो, मिलेगा नहीं, वास्ते रहेंगे. Butter does not mix with water. Makhan becomes oily. Oil and water does not mix. पर दूध और पानी बराबर हो जाएगा. मक्खन के साथ पानी का संपर्क नहीं है. तो नाउ दूध को दही जमाने के लिए एक secluded place is necessary and should not be disturbed. हिलाने डुलाने से दही नहीं जमता है. If you put some yeast in the milk and keep it intact for some time, give some time. So that is the period of seclusion. We must not disturb all the time. And after the mind is set, mind does not get set all on a sudden. दूध में कुछ जामुन देना पड़ेगा. You have to give some yeast to the milk in order that it becomes curd. That yeast is the name of God. भगवान को नाम मन में डालना पड़ेगा, वो नाम दोहराना पड़ेगा. Let the yeast have the reaction. Give the yeast some time to react and convert the milk into curd. So मन रूपी दूध को जमाने के लिए भगवान का नाम रूपी जामुन डालो और कुछ समय के लिए एकांतवास में निर्जन में रख दो. तो भगवान को नाम दोहराने से मन शांत हो जाएगा, एकाग्र हो जाएगा, जम जाएगा. जमने के बाद उसको मंथन करो. मंथन भी ज़रूरत है. फॉलो ऑल द प्रोसीजर्स. जब मन एकाग्र हो जाएगा, दैट माइंड कैन ईदर ब्रेक और मेक. इट हैज़ ट्रिमेंडस पावर. If you direct your concentrated mind for worldly enjoyments, then you'll become an asura. And if you direct your mind for divine pursuits, you'll become deva. Ravana had the capacity. He took the name of God, he retired, and in intense tapasya, developed intense concentration. Mind became very powerful, but it was misdirected. It was directed for enjoyment, and he was destroyed. But if he could direct his concentrated mind for pursuit of God, he would have made a different story. So that made him a villain. He could have become the greatest person in the world. So then this concentrated mind has to be charmed with intense prayer. व्याकुल होकर प्रार्थना करना चाहिए. Normally we pray. The prayer doesn't become so much effective. But we pray with intensity, with mind concentrated, एकाग्र चित्ते से प्रार्थना करने से वो फलदायी होगी. A great effect. And when the mind does become intensely attached to God, that mind fails to be polluted by the worldly attractions. It becomes mature. तब संसार में रहने से कुछ हर्जा नहीं. This is the solution he has given. Now the question has been raised. that you are saying that you have to give some time for भगवान को नाम करे, भजन करे, व्याकुल होकर प्रार्थना करे, but we have time is very limited. That we all agree. संसार में इतना कमिटमेंट्स है, भगवान को भजन करना बड़ा कठिन हो जाता है. तो हम क्या करें, समय नहीं मिलता है. So Sri Ramakrishna says, ताकि आम मुक्तारी दाओ, resign at the feet of God, शरणागति ले लो, शरणागत हो जाओ, भगवान को चरण में सरल चित्त से आत्मा समर्पण करो. वहाँ अंतर्यामिन है. Let us not fool ourselves. If we have limited time, let us engage the limited time and resign to God. But if then more time is provided and we fool around, then that is not resignation. Let us not hoodwink ourselves. Let us have a simple, sincere, straightforward life. God has given time for us to that extent which we can utilize, which we deserve. One has to earn the hour of meditation. If you work hard, more time will be provided. If more time is given now, they'll be counterproductive. Mind will be engaged in somewhere else. Whatever time is provided, we engage in the thought of God, and the rest we resign in His will. We make Sharanagati, and whoever takes the Sharanagati, resigns, God takes care of him. Sharanagat ho jao. Now the next very pertinent question is asked. In the world we have lot of commitments. संसार में नाना प्रकार कर्तव्य रहता है, duties and responsibilities of the world. So how long, to what extent our duty is extended? It's a very common question, common problem. To what age, to what stage our duty should be continued? Till the last day of the life, or till you become 60 or till you become 70, there is no definite understanding कि कब तक कर्म करना पड़ेगा. संसारियों के लिए कुछ कर्तव्य है, ड्यूटीज़ है, दायित्व है, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज़ है. Now one by one the questions have been asked. It's very, very interesting and informative. First question was asked that we have responsibilities for our children, the householders. Now how long that responsibility will continue? बच्चा हो गया, फिर then what we normally extend, that sons and daughters are maintained, then they grow, they become mature, they become settled in their life, then they beget children, then we take care of the grandchildren, and further down, thinking that that is our responsibility. It's a never-ending understanding. तो कितने तक करना है, कितने जनरेशन तक बच्चों के प्रतिपालन करना है? तो हम बच्चा को देखें, फिर उनका बेटा को भी देखें, फिर उनका बेटा की भी देखें, कब तक करना है? This is a question. Now Sri Ramakrishna restricts our responsibility, saying that till they become mature, till they become self-reliant. For children, he says that you should make them self-reliant. When they become adult, जब नाबालक से साबालक हो जाएंगे, तब हाथ उठा लेना है. Your duty ends. And he gives a very, very practical example. He says, look at the birds. When their offsprings, उन लोग को जब बच्चा जब छोटा रहते हैं, then with their beaks, वो खाना लेके उनके मुंह में खिलाते हैं. Not only supplies, with their beaks they collect the food and feeds the children. They don't know how to eat. तो खाना भोजन उनको मुंह में खिलाते हैं चोंच से. But when these offsprings learn to fly on their own, जब उसको पंख हो जाते हैं, जब अपने आप उड़ने सीखते हैं, तब चोंच मार के उनको भगा देता है. It doesn't allow to stay in the same nest. तुम अभी सवालक हो गए, अपने चर लो, अपना रहने का बंदोबस्त करो, भागो यहाँ से. चोंच मार के उनको भगा देते हैं. Because we have some other responsibilities in life. Our responsibility is not restricted to our own children and own wife. There are other responsibilities. What is the major responsibility? To myself. That's also a member. I have not been able to look to myself because of this householder's responsibility. So once the children are grown up, we take care of their education, and then they are self-reliant. They are taking care of themselves, और they have made some arrangements. बेटी को शादी हो गया, बच्चा को नौकरी मिल गया, अच्छा खासा कर रहे हैं. Then that part is over. That responsibility is over. He clarifies without any doubt. Now the question is, how about the wife or spouse? कितने दिन तक पत्नी को भरण पोषण करना है? Because you have said we need not renounce the world. So when the husband is staying with the wife, so naturally she should be taken care of. Now Sri Ramakrishna says a very, very interesting reply. He says, you should make provision for the maintenance of your wife as long as she lives. As long as you are together, you maintain her. Not only that, you have to think ahead. If you die early, make some provision so that she is not distressed during your absence. कितने प्रैक्टिकल बताया. अगर आपको पहले मौत हो जाए तो पत्नी को बंदोबस्त करके जाना. अचानक चले गए बस पत्नी रोते रहे, ऐसे नहीं होना चाहिए. That her livelihood is your responsibility till she is alive. Whether you are there or not, that is immaterial. You have to have that responsibility. So that has to be taken care of. Now Sri Ramakrishna is saying this not out of heaven. We have to understand, he was a householder and a sannyasin to the truest form of the term. Very interesting life. संसारियों की भी एक सम्राट है, सन्यासियों की भी सम्राट है, त्यागी का बादशाह है. पर संसार धर्म आपने करके दिखाया संसारी कैसे होता है. Not only lecturing, he did whatever he said. Now he had also a wife. He never renounced the world. Sharada Devi lived with him till the last day of his life. Now he was a salaried person, Sri Ramakrishna. He was a temple priest in Dakshineshwar. His salary was 5 rupees a month in those days. And even if he was not able to do the puja, the salary was maintained. And then he was very particular. Though he could not touch money, but he was very particular, so the money is well stored. And when some money was accumulated, he even made some ornaments for Srimati Sharada Devi, took care of her, because she had a fascination for golden ornaments. Diamond cut बाला बना दिया था. which Srimad Sharda Devi used to wear even after his demise. Not only that, you see how Sri Ramakrishna, who has no knowledge and no concern with money, he saved his earning and made a fixed deposit in the Zamindari of Mathur Babu to get higher interest. There is an estate of Mathur Mohan Biswas, and there they used to take deposit and give interest. He was working as a bank. So he invested his earning to the bank of Mathur Babu in a fixed deposit, so that the interest earned from that fixed deposit would be perpetual maintenance of Srimad Sharda Devi. He calculated that what would be her expenses. To the minute details, he asked Srimad Sharda Devi, आप कितने चपाती लेते हैं? To that extent, आप कितने चपाती लेते हैं? तो चपाती का क्या, गेहूं का क्या वैल्यू होगा, दिन में कितना खर्च होगा, वो सब इकट्ठा करके ताकि उनका जो ब्याज मिलेगा उससे भरपाई होगा. So to that extent he showed how to take care of the household. At the same time, the mind is constantly engaged in the thought of God. It is possible. करके दिखाया. So these are the narrations he gave. Now there is another variety, he says. Now the question may be asked that Chaitanya Dev was also a householder, but he retired in Puri. He didn't take care of his wife, Vishnupriya Devi, how she is earning, how she is doing. Then how to justify? He was also a householder. Now Sri Ramakrishna says that there is one exception. If a householder becomes totally engrossed in the thought of God, he totally resigns in the thought of God, then he ceases to have any responsibility. It's a very interesting point. These responsibilities are meant for those who are spiritual aspirants. But those who have seen God, those who are one with God, then all responsibility cease. God takes care of them. As has been corroborated in the Bhagavad Gita, Anannas chintayantu mam je jana parjupasati tisham satata yuktanam yogakshama bahamyam. Those who are constantly in communion with God, they do not have any responsibility for themselves or for the dependents. Who's doing? Baham maham, aham bahami. I take care. I take care of those people. Those who are completely in communion with God. It is recorded in the life of not only Chaitanya Dev, for all the saints and seers who realized God. Jayadev Goswami, Sridhar Goswami. So Sridhar Swami was a great saint. Now, he was a great devotee also. Now, he was completely oblivious of his family responsibilities. Sometimes his wife will have nothing to cook. He led a householder's life, Sridhar Swami. Now one day he had a great commentary, Sridhar Tika, very great commentary on Bhagavad Gita. So when he was commenting on that shloka, Yogakshama Bahamyaham, then he thought there must be some error in this dialect. It cannot be Bahamyaham. Bhagavan is not a servant that will carry on his head the supplies of the devotees. He will supply. So he cut it in his pen and wrote Yogakshama Dadamyaham, Dadamyaham. I give indirectly I supply all his necessities. Bahama means I carry on head and पहुंचा देते हैं. ये नहीं हो सकता है. भगवान कभी नौकर के जैसे काम नहीं करेगा. तो कट के then he went to take bath in the river, and to come back and take food. But his wife thought that there is nothing remaining in the store. क्या खाना बनाएंगे, भोजन क्या बनाएंगे, कुछ है नहीं. और इसी समय तो खाली भगवान भगवान कर रहे हैं. किसी को बोला नहीं. कुछ समय बाद देखा एक लड़का आया, किशोर बालक, श्यामला वाला आया और बहुत प्यारा, और माथे में बड़ा टुकड़ी लेके आया. सब सामान है, चाल दाल गेहूँ आटा तेल सब्जी सब लेके किसी हालत से कैरी करके आया. बह नहीं पा रहा. दिस इज़ वेरी हैवी. देन हिज वाइफ सेड, बेटा तुम बहुत परेशान हो तो इतना सामान क्यों लाए. बट नहीं, हमको पहुंचाना है, आप कृपया इसको ले लीजिए. जब लिया तब Siddhartha Swami's wife saw not only that he was tired, he was sweating, but his chest was bleeding. तो she got very scared. ऐसा ही बच्चा है, उनका सीने से इतना खून निकल रहा है. It was cut, pierced. Then इन्होंने बताया, बेटा कौन ये इतना दुश्मन है, इतना कठोर व्यक्ति है, ये तुम्हारा जैसे प्यार बच्चा के सीना में इतना कट के खून निकाल दिया. तो उन्होंने बताया, ये आपका पतिदेव किया है. बोले कैसे? बोला पूछिएगा. हो ही नहीं सकता है. बोला पूछ लीजिएगा. तो बोला ठीक है तुम बैठो कुछ. बोले नहीं हमारा समय नहीं है, बोल के तुरंत भागा. तो जैसे उनका पतिदेव के वापसी हुआ तो पतिदेव देखा बहुत सा सामान पड़ा हुआ है. बोले कौन लाया है? बोले वो बात छोड़ो, जो लाया है उन्होंने शिकायत किया तुम सीना से खून निकल दिया. बोले कैसे निकल दिया? बोले ये तो दिखाया, हम देखा है. Then Siddhartha Swami understood that Bhagavad Gita is the body of God, of Sri Krishna, and I have tampered this text. I had done a great blunder, and Prabhu माथे पे सामान लाकर प्रमाण कर दिया, योगक्षेम बहाम्यहम्, मैं वहन करता हूँ. तो हाथ जोड़ करके प्रार्थना किया और बोला तुम कितने भाग्यशील हो, तुम भगवान को दर्शन कर लिया, मैं नहीं कर सका भी इतने प्रकट रूप से. तो भगवान भक्ति से मिलता है, शास्त्र पाठ से नहीं मिलता है. Siddhartha Swami was a great scholar, but his wife by simple devotion could see God. So seeing God is possible, leading a householder's life, provided you do your duties completely, fully, without any compromise. So this was the point blank reply. So those who are completely designed to God, for them, they did not have any responsibility. Their responsibilities are over. Till then, the responsibility is continued till the proper maintenance arrangement have been made. So that far and no farther. So, and then that is possible that ananya man, ananya chintantama, ananya man हो जो भगवान बिना और कुछ नहीं जानते हैं, उन लोग के लिए कोई रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं है, छुटकारा औरों के लिए करना पड़ेगा. Now, I have already said, sir, we are householders. How long should we perform our worldly duties? So he says, surely you have duties to perform. You must bring up your children, support your wife, and provide for her in case of your death. कितने थोरो है. If you don't, then I shall call you unkind. Sages like Shukadeva had compassion. He who has no compassion is no man. Next question, how long should one support one's children? बच्चे को कितना दिन तक देखना पड़ेगा? As long as they have not reached their majority. सावालक जब तक नहीं हुआ. When the chick becomes a full-grown bird and can look after itself, then the mother bird pecks it and doesn't allow to come near her. तो चोंच मार के भगा देते हैं. Now next question. This question is put by a sub-judge. He's a judge in the British court. What is a householder's duty to his wife? You should give her spiritual advice and support her during your lifetime. You should support her during your lifetime and give her spiritual counseling. And in addition, provide for her livelihood after your death, if you die earlier, if she is a chaste wife. If she is a chaste wife, she is dependent on you, you have to make provision. Everything is told. If there is a separation, judicial separation, you do not take care. So now everything has been said here. Now there is one more responsibility Sri Ramakrishna gives for the wife or the spouse, vice versa. That we must be careful. You should give her spiritual advice. Samsara is an ashrama, is not a place of enjoyment, is a place of sadhana. So there should be spiritual wave. Here people come for initiation. Gentlemen, they are married people. When we ask, what about your wife? He said, नहीं, उनका धर्म में कोई जरूरत नहीं है. वो समय नहीं है उनका. This is wrong. One must take care not only the physical needs of the dependents, but also the spiritual needs. We should not be selfish. चुपचाप जाके दीक्षा लेके चले आए, पत्नी को देने से उनका समय नष्ट होगा, ऐसे नहीं होना चाहिए. It must be a travel hand in hand, a mutual growth, साथ में ले जाना है. धर्म जीवन है, ये धर्म पत्नी है. She says you must take care of the spiritual need, not only the physical need. अन्न भोजन तो देना ही पड़ेगा, उसके साथ आध्यात्मिक जीवन को भी परिपुष्ट करना है. ये कोई मामूली बात नहीं है. And then he says, if you are intoxicated with the thought of God, then you don't have any more duties. Now the next final question the person asks. सब सुन लिया. Is it ever possible, sir, to have true knowledge of God while living in the world? संसार छोड़ना नहीं पड़ेगा, समझ लिया. संसार में क्या करना चाहिए वो भी समझ लिया. अभी जो प्रश्न किया है, महाराज संसार में क्या यथार्थ ज्ञान होता है? ईश्वर मिलते हैं? पॉइंट ब्लैंक क्वेश्चन. इज इट पॉसिबल टू सी गॉड? श्री रामकृष्ण हंसते हुए, अवश्य ही काम हो जाएगा. It is definitely it is possible. He says, is it ever possible to see God? Sri Ramakrishna, why shouldn't a man realize God in the world? Certainly he can. अवश्य होता है. With such certainty, Sri Ramakrishna says, it is definitely possible in the world, provided you follow the precepts. संसार में मन को ईश्वर केंद्रित करके संसार में रहो, भगवान को लेकर रहो, संसार में भगवत लाभ अवश्य संभावी है. So now when we live in the world, our mind becomes totally oriented towards God. Sometimes we are mistaken. We think that भगवत प्राप्ति हो गया. कैसे पता चलेगा भगवान लाभ हुआ कि नहीं? सब समय तो भगवान आके प्रकट नहीं होते हैं. तो what is the science? And sometimes we see the visions, whether they are true or not. What are the sure short symptoms to ensure that you have realized God? भगवान लाभ हुआ है, पता कैसे चलेगा? What are the signs? Sri Ramakrishna says, his tears will flow and the hair on the body will stand on end. No sooner does he hear the sweet name of God than the hair of the body stands on end from sheer delight and tears roll down from his cheeks. कितने पॉइंट ब्लैंक सीधा साधा उत्तर है. सात्विक विकार होता है. व्हाट आर द सात्विक विकार? महाराज ज्ञान हुआ या यह हम कैसे समझे? श्री रामकृष्ण ज्ञान के होने पर फिर वे दूर नहीं रहते, ना दूर दिख पड़ते हैं, और फिर उन्हें वे नहीं है कह सकते. फिर ये कहा जाता है हृदय में उनका दर्शन होते हैं. वे सबके भीतर है, जो खोजता है वही उसको पाता है. परिष्कार बताया भगवान का दर्शन के दिस गॉड डज नॉट बिकम वेरी फार. प्रेजेंटली वी फील गॉड इज़ वेरी फार. वो आसमान के ऊपर बैठे हैं. भगवत दर्शन के बाद भगवान का करीबी अनुभव होता है. वी फील दैट गॉड इज़ आवर वेरी ओन. We feel his presence, and then इसके लक्षण क्या है? That's what the question. What are the symptoms, signs of God realization? ईश्वर का नाम लेते हुए उसकी आंखों से धारा बह चलेगी. शरीर में पुलक होगा. उनका मधुर नाम सुनकर शरीर रोमांचित होने लगेगा और आंखों से धारा बह चलेगी. दिस इज सात्विक विकार. द डिवाइन चेंजेस इन द फिजिकल बॉडी as we hear in the life of Sri Chaitanya, in the life of Sri Ramakrishna and host of other saints and seers who led a God oriented life. Their realizations. So whenever they hear the sweet name of God, and their mind becomes totally engrossed, and tears roll down on its own, and they feel horripilation. रोमांचित होता है. So there are this changes. They are called अष्ट सात्विक विकार. eightfold changes आते हैं. अश्रु, कंप, पुलक आदि. They become, the tears roll down. Sometimes they smile. Sometimes there is trembling in the body. Sometimes they become very joyful. Sometimes they will become very morose. जो कि हम पढ़ते हैं इन द श्रीमद् भागवत, श्री राधिका की होती थी. श्री राधिका गोपियाँ कभी ऐसी अष्ट सात्विक विकार होती थी इन द थॉट ऑफ श्री कृष्ण. दे कम. सो दीज tears are of two varieties. Sri Ramakrishna says, one is premashru, the tears out of the love for God, and one is जो tears out of our pain, our कष्ट, दुख से जो होता है. So one is premashru, जो from out of love, and those which are out of pangs of heart. There is some misery. So Sri Ramakrishna used to say, when we so particular, now sometimes we shed tears. Now how to discriminate whether it is premashru or whether it is for the samsaric ashru? That was a question has been said. Sri Ramakrishna says, when you have these tears coming out due to love for God, the tears will roll from the extreme end of your eyes. यहाँ से बहेंगे. और जब when you are very distressed, you have a pain in the heart, you have some kashta hai, when kashtastu jo hoga, dukhastu jo hoga, then that will come from the corner of the nose. So when we cry for the world, cry for our संसार शक्ति के लिए जब रोते हैं तब यहाँ से धारा बहती है, जब भगवान के लिए रोते हैं यहाँ से धारा बहती है. That is a sign. We'll know that mind is oriented towards God. It is भगवान के लिए रोते हैं, तब तक समझा जाएगा ये आपको भगवत दर्शन अभी हो गया. So we'll discuss further. Is a very relevant question asked by the person whether we have to denounce. So let us summarize. The question was asked that whether we have to denounce the world. The answer was no. We may realize God living in this world, provided we go in solitude, prepare the mind, make the mind set, charm it with prayer, and then keep that pure mind in the world, nothing will happen. Then the question was asked that how long our duties will continue, to say till your children become savalik hone tak, children become mature, major, and they can maintain themselves, and you have to maintain your wife as long as you are alive, and also make some provision for the period if you die earlier. And then he says, is it possible to realize God in this world? He says, of course, yes. And what are the signs? That you'll by hearing the name of God, your mind will be so much engrossed in His love that your physical changes will come, tears will roll down, you will have this Sattvic Vikar. We'll continue further in our next Sunday class, which will be 2 weeks from now. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampa dhrita vigraham vai Ishavataram parameshamidyam tam Ramakrishnam shirasanamama. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. This announcement, अगले 15 जुलाई, then Friday, Shukrawar, there will be Nam Sankirtan after evening Aarti. In the meantime, on 13th, there is on Wednesday, our Vice President Maharaj, Srimad Prabhananda Ji, is coming to our mutt around 9 o'clock at night. About 10 o'clock at night she'll come. The flight comes at 8:50. And 16th and 17th, there will be initiation. So 17th, that is next Sunday, there won't be any class for the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. There will be initiation ceremony. So we'll meet again on this 24th of July. In the meantime, Revered Maharaj leaves Lucknow on 18th July, Monday, and Tuesday, 19th July, we'll have Guru Purnima. The detailed program of Guru Purnima is available in the Mott office, but we have also posted to your individual addresses. If you have not received, please collect a copy and give your changed address in the Mott office so that it can be posted. Now, since the number is very large, we have requested Revered Maharaj to extend his dates of initiation for one more day. That is 15th. So, a large number of people have come. Today, 52 persons have come from Balarampur to have a mass initiation. Young people, students, teachers, they are thronging for spiritual life. I was surprised. We have never gone there. Who's calling them? From Nepal border, people are coming to the name of Sri Ramakrishna. So that shows that Sri Ramakrishna is so much vibrant with his spiritual force. So he is calling people from all over and guiding them for the life of realization. So we close now with the chanting of the Lord. Those who are जो दीक्षा लेने के लिए आए हैं वो पुराना मंदिर में बैठेंगे ये क्लास के बाद। सब एक साथ भजन करें। लेट अस जॉइन टुगेदर। हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम। हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम। हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम। हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम। हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम। हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम। हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम। हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम। हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम। हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम।